there. It's both sides, and so I'll maybe refer to that throughout the presentation. Also, more contact with me. I'm on LinkedIn, but also Happy Spenders Beyond Budgeting. And if you go into there, there's basically a handout that I usually give away. So that's on there on my page. You'll also get a free, and you can share this with anyone, a free access to my intro spending plan course. So that's it, because today I only have 10 minutes and I'll just be able to kind of give you an overview of what I do and how maybe you know people that it can help. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Sharon and John. You may want to put your names in it, or you may definitely probably know someone. And Sharon and John have 3 children, and they want, like everyone, they want financial freedom. And when I say financial freedom, that's not they don't have to work anymore. They just want the freedom from the stress and anxiety. They have dreams, or they did have dreams when they first, in their early years, but then as life has come, they've had to bury those dreams because, yeah, life happened, and they didn't have the financial literacy to know how to make those dreams come true. Consumerism was their teacher because we weren't taught it in school, financial literacy. All they want to know is that all their bills are covered so that they don't have to stay awake at night and stress over their expenses. So yeah, they want their finances organized. They want to have unity in their relationship. A lot of stress in marriages and relationships due to finances. And so they want to eliminate that part from their life. They want their finances to be a silent partner, not the screaming partner that it is, because they just lack that information. Now, Sharon and John also have a small business, and they want that to be profitable. But the clarity, again, in their business finances, same with their personal, they're just not sure, and they just don't feel in control 100% of their finances. And they too want that to be a silent partner and know that everything's going to be okay. Because they want to go on this dream holiday, but they're just struggling to live paycheck to paycheck. Or, for some of you might know Sharon and John, they're actually good with their money, but they want to be better. And so I don't just work with people. In fact, my ideal clients are people who are good or great with money. I can make them amazing with money. So, but with Sharon and John, their finances are screaming at them, but they're choosing to just put their head in the sand. Because if I just forget about, not think about it, it will just go away. But we know with finances, yeah, and it amazes me how things can happen and how they can continue to live, and then when it all comes down, it's like, how have you been living for the last, 5 years? But when they finally see their money truth, then that's when they can start their road to their financial freedom or their financial peace. But they lack information, Sharon and John. They lack financial literacy. We were not taught it in school, and they weren't taught by their parents either, because they weren't taught in school. Now some, probably about 50% I find, have parents who figured it out themselves and did their own study, but most of them don't. So it just is generational, this lack of financial literacy. They've used a budget. The budget tells them it's possible to pay your bills, but it doesn't show them how. If budgets worked, none of us would have any problems, because it would give us 100% clarity, and as long as we followed it, of course there's a choice in any system, you have to follow it, but even following a budget can bring Sharon and John some stress. Also, they have their business and their personal finances combined. There's no clear boundaries. That is a no-no. Okay, if you want to have financial peace in your personal life and your business, you need to keep them totally separate. The only interaction is your business account will pay you a wage on a regular basis. That is it. Other than that, they're two separate identities. Just like if you have an investment property, that's a business that should be totally separate from your personal. So they just don't know what they don't know. They don't know how much their essential basic cost for their personal is. They don't know on a week amount. For example, many who lost their job in COVID, they didn't even really know how much the basic cost was. They soon found out because they, but they don't know the basics. They also don't know what their style cost is, because there are two life costs. We all have the same life cost. None of us would have a different life cost than each other, unless you're a child and with your parents and they're paying all those life costs. Then we have a style cost. That is totally different among us. But we have to make sure, and I teach money truth, you have to be truthful to what it costs you to live the basics first, and that is priority. And especially if you're a parent, then you need to take care of the basics first before you go and start having your style cost. This course, this little thing that I have copies of, it says every child in Australia will become a money manager. They have no choice in the matter. The only choice is with the parents. The parent's choice is whether the child becomes a good money manager or a bad money manager. So I want you to just ask yourself, the question, were you a parent that taught your children how to become a good money manager? If not, it's never too late. And I work with people who are even in retirement to help them get their finances better. So yes, Sharon and John, they don't know the life cost of their personal, their style cost of their personal. They don't know their basic cost of their essentials in their business. They don't know their style. And when I see ones, because I help people with their business ones too, it's like, okay, that's not essential. What people think is essential is not. Essential is the very basic, the things you are required to have to run your business, not all those nice things to have. So what am I? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. I am a certified spending planner. I feel that niche or that empty gap in the industry, the financial counselors. You go to them when you have kind of lots of debt and ready to bankrupt, or financial planners when you have excess money and you want to do something. But there's that whole gap in the middle, which is most of us, where we just need who helps us. That's what I do, is I work one-on-one and in groups with people to educate them and to show them a proven tool. So what do? I help you protect your money from you, because you're your worst enemy. And so I have an effective bank structure which plans for all the 6 types of expenses that we have. That includes the unexpected, the repairs, the replacements, everything, so that we get your head totally out of the sand. I help you prioritize your spending to know what's a need, what's a want, and what's a really, really want. We want you to cover your needs as little as possible, and your wants, we want you to get what you want. And by doing that, I have a plan. There's a plan that is a cash flow system for your personal and your business. It's your virtual perfect spending year that you create, and then once we get it perfect, then we get your actual bank accounts to do the same. It's like having a crystal ball of your finances and a GPS of telling you how to do it. Budgets just tell you it's possible to pay your bills. A spending plan shows you how to pay the bills. And then it brings financial peace. My finances are automated. They have been for 19 years. I don't even worry. I spend probably 10 minutes a month on my finances because I have a plan and I follow it. So therefore, that's what John and Sherri need. They need to educate themselves. They need to find a system that actually tells them the money truth, and then be honest to that. And so, my call to action today is, if you know anybody or work with people or you sell anyone anything, but especially if you're in the finance industry and you're selling them long-term mortgages, go that extra step and give that after service that you really care that they can actually pay for it long-term. A spending plan is all about looking into the future, and also, so that is me. My business card on the back kind of says what things I help, problems I help solve. I have a Facebook group, Happy Spenders Beyond Budgeting, and on there you will find a handout of just basic information about a spending plan, as well as I do lives every Tuesday morning, and I have weekly information sessions just to tell you the difference between a budget and a spending plan. So thank you, and choose financial freedom today.